to help you gain hands-on experience of practicing them. Maybe we discuss for a short while, but we should be spending a lot of time and practicing them so that you can employ them back at your work and be able to conduct more effective teaching at your institution. Thereby, you not only gain job satisfaction of doing great teaching, but also enjoy great success at your work. So that is the objective, that I thought we should be working on this session to discuss with you briefly and to have that hands-on experience of practicing them. So you must practice, you must be alert, and you must be very active in this session so that you could practice, you could contribute, you could experience the practicing those teaching methods. Some of the teaching methods, we will be trying here. Of course, you are a teacher, you are a great teacher, you have been a phenomenal teacher, you have been doing wondering, you have been phenomenal. You must be definitely a good teacher, otherwise you will not be part of PSG Group. You definitely have something in you much better. You have the talent with you, you have the skill with you, you have the personality with you. That's how you got selected as a teacher, as a professor, as an assistant professor, the PSG Group of colleges. Otherwise, you would not be there. That alone tells me your quality, your standard, where you are. So this is the session where I'll be giving you something, but learning a lot from you. That's the reason why, please, let's learn from each other. I want this, in this session, you must be aiming at learning from three directions. Learning from three directions. Learning a little bit from me, and learning from other fellow participants, and thirdly, learning from yourself. In fact, you will be learning a lot, yourself. You'll be discovering yourself. You'll be learning a lot from yourself. So each one of us, we must be aiming at learning from the resource person, that's me, and the other participants, number two, and thirdly, from yourself. Okay, so that's how we should be working in this particular. You are a great teacher. You have been actually practical, using lots of teaching methods already. So, and this program is about on hands-on thing. And thank you very much. In fact, incidentally, I employed one particular teaching method. In this process. It's an icebreaker. It's some kind of icebreaker that I use. I sending you to the rooms so that you could you are meeting someone whom you know, with whom you have been working. So you feel free. So suddenly I am new to you, but you have somebody there with whom you could feel free, talk something. So you have come back. Now you are participating. Now you are speaking, and everybody's listening. And it's some kind of icebreaker. We call it icebreaker. And at the same time, learning has to be recapitulated, and we have to do some kind of revising. Like when you go to the next class, maybe in the beginning you spend 5-10 minutes on what you did in the previous class. So that will reinforce the learning process, that will reinforce the thinking process. So it is some kind of teaching method where you could help your students learn more when you ask them to to recap what they learned in the previous classes. Will help them learn better, and will help them on the right footing for your next class. You agree with me? If you agree with me, please type yes in the chat box. This kind of reinforcement, doing little bit of revision once in a while about what you did, what the students learned in the previous classes, would it help in helping the students in learning more and better? Thank you, Maithili ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, this is something, Oh, yes, sure. Thank you. Thank you very much for agreeing with me. And you are the teachers. You are you are regular teachers. Let us understand the purpose of teaching. What is the purpose of teaching, you think? What is the purpose? Why we are going and teaching, and why people are coming and listening to our teaching? What is the purpose? The bigger purpose of the teaching. Can somebody unmute and answer, or you can write in the chat box. What is the purpose? The very purpose, the meaning, teaching. Why? You're all teachers, and you are a professional teacher, and your profession is teaching. And you have the job, you are a profession, and you have the job of teaching, and what you do every day is teaching. But what is the purpose? The underlying purpose. The underlying purpose. That's something we have to understand. I think that's the basic question, which we should all be asking. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Fantastic. Sivaprasad, Doctor. Yes, Sivaprasad writes here, enrich the knowledge of students. Okay. Make them learn life through education. Samundeshwariji writes here, make them learn life through education. Okay. Okay, interesting. Education. Again, education is a word which has to be understood. What is education? Is also something that has to be understood. And it's not, I'm looking for from you, from all of you, from every one of you, please, please, you either type in the chat box, or if you don't want to type, no problem. Unmute and express in English or in Tamil or in any language you like. I want you to express, either write in the chat box or speak out, please. Yeah, Dr. P.V. Rajalakshmi ma'am, thank you Rajalakshmi ma'am, to make the easy understanding of day-to-day life events. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Please, can I request? Wait, why? That's what is the basic thing. We have to understand. We have to understand the purpose of teaching and mold the students in the right shape. Sivaprasad further adds to what she had earlier said. It is enriching the knowledge and also molding the students in the right shape so that they become the good citizens of this nation, good citizens of the society. Okay. And they become contributors to the society, not liability to the society. Absolutely. Thank you, Hema Prasanna ma'am. Yeah, please. Others, kindly unmute. It is an activity because we all should be working. We should be working. Either, you must be speaking or you must be writing. Yeah. Yes. Okay. The purpose. It's important for us to understand the purpose, the purpose. Let me tell you a story. Okay, there's Samundeshwari ji writes here again. Thank you. You are a contributor. Work with integrity and make them socially responsible. Absolutely. You also said socially responsible. Wow. Kannamal ma'am writes here, raising the students a responsible. They become a responsible citizens. You are talking about in your recap, the understand the social responsibility of teachers and also imparting that socially responsible attitude among the students, in the minds of the students. Okay, Selva Kumari ma'am writes, enrich wider knowledge. Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. And here, let me share with you a story. This is a story of the 15th century story. Okay. There were some workers working on a hillock. There was a hillock, big boulders there. These workers were breaking that hillock, breaking those big boulders and cutting them into small stones, cutting them. They were breaking the hillock. A passerby suddenly, observed them and wondered why these guys are breaking the hillock and breaking those big boulders and cutting them into stones. He could not understand. So he approached one of those workers and he asked that worker, excuse me, what are you doing here? And that worker suddenly, got irritated because he was disturbed. Can't you see what I'm doing here? I come here every day, I break these boulders, I cut them into stones, I get some wages for this, I get some wages, I get paid. Can I do my work? Would you leave me? Please, let me do my work. I cut these stones, I break these boulders, I get my wages. Understand? Thank you very much. Let me do my work. But this man took a few steps back, but he still could not understand why they were breaking, why they were cutting the stones. He could not understand. He approached a few minutes later another person and asked that person, what are you doing here? Say, wow, I'm doing a very good thing here. My family is so happy. Every month I get some salary for my job here. With that salary, I could buy all the things required for my home, for my family, for my children, and I could take good care of my family. And I have a happy family. And this job is giving me all that is required for living me a happy life. What? When you're cutting the stones and boulders, and he's talking about a happy family, happy life. So he took a few steps back. And a few minutes later, he approached another person and he asked him, please tell me, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? The third person told him, wow, I'm doing a wonderful thing. I'm doing a beautiful thing. I'm doing something which is going to be staying there for millions of years. These stones that we are cutting here, these stones are being carried and being used for building a beautiful temple. And the temple is going to be there for millions of years, where thousands and lakhs and millions of people, whoever is having any problem, they'll come there, they'll make their prayers and they'll be blessed. And I am doing something that's wonderful, that's going to be staying there for millions of years. Oh my God, this man took a few steps back and he wondered, because he approached three people and three people were doing actually the same work, but the way they responded for what they're doing, the purpose of their job, what is the purpose of what they're doing in a different way. So the purpose of teaching, when I'm going to the college every morning, what is the purpose of my teaching? I'm going there every month because, I get salary. This is my job. I get my salary and, I have to get my salary. I have to support my family. That's why I'm going to the job every day. I go to the college, I teach and I come because I get my salary. Oh no, I'm going there. I have a family. I have to support my family. I have my parents. Their health is important. I have children who they have to be sent to good schools, and for that I have to have money. So yeah, this job is giving me a good life and a happy life. I'm working for a reputed institution. I'm so happy and living happily. No, this is the job. I'm going there. I am teaching the students. These students are going to become the great citizens of this nation. I am building this nation. I am building this nation. I want to transform India from developing nation to a developed country. And I am playing my bit and my part. My contribution will help India become a developed nation sooner than later. What are we seeing? The purpose. The purpose is very important. The purpose is very important. So the purpose is, that is our profession. That's our profession. That's our profession. When you're going there, what is it? A good teacher. A good teacher teaches. A better teacher. Better teacher demonstrates, and the best teacher inspires. Some quotation somewhere I've read. So when you are going there, what kind of that belief, understanding the purpose is very important. Purpose is very important. And that's the need. What's the need of the teaching? Why people are coming? Why people are coming to the college? Why they are sending their children to PSG College of Commerce, PSG College of College of Commerce and Arts and Sciences, whatever. Why are they sending? What is the need? They have a need. They have a purpose. They have a purpose. And we have to be asking, is teaching beneficial? Who gets benefited? Whatever the teaching I am giving, we have to understand who are the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders in this whole process? I am there part of the PhD group, but as a PhD group, as an assistant professor, associate professor, when I'm going to the university and the college, you must understand who are the stakeholders. Your PhD group is a stakeholder, your college is a stakeholder, your college is a stakeholder, and your students are stakeholders, your students are stakeholders, and your students' parents are the stakeholders, and the society, the community around your college, they are the stakeholders, and then the society and the nation. So you must be understanding who is getting benefited, and what are the benefits of your training and your teaching. That's important. Who is getting benefited? We have to understand that. We have to understand they have to get benefited. From my teaching, these stakeholders should get benefited. From my teaching, from my performance of my job in my college, there are some people who should be benefited. The more they are benefited, the more you are benefited. So ultimately, we must be aiming at my teaching should help my students. My teaching should help my students' parents. My teaching should help my HOD. My teaching should help my college. My teaching should help my PhD group to become more and more reputed. And that's how we should be attractive. So we must understand who gets benefited, who you must understand who gets benefited. This is a basic underlying philosophy that we must have, we all must have, and we have it. Then we follow, what kind of methods we are doing whenever we are working in the teaching purpose. Like, thank you very much, ma'am. When we are working, when we are going to the classroom, when we are teaching, we are not just working only on the knowledge part. We also work on the skills part of the students. We also work on the attitude part of the students. So the purpose of the teaching is not just to impart a particular knowledge. It has to be comprehensive in such a way that you are molding the careers, molding the citizens of this nation. And in helping them, you're ultimately helping them become what they want to become. You're helping your students become an IAS officer, IPS officer, an economist, a commerce graduate, a chartered accountant, and you are helping them. Or a teacher, or a great teacher, some people, great teacher, a great scientist, you're helping them become what they want to become. And in that process, it is not just the knowledge part alone. As great teachers, we are also working on the attitude of the students and the skills part. When you integrate all the three, that becomes much better. That becomes better. Okay, skills and attitude, knowledge is there. But then how do you do? That's what I think last 5 days must have given you, a lot of power. Last 5 days must have equipped you to become a better teacher, so that you would go and help your students acquire the right knowledge, right skills, and the right attitude. Right ASK. Okay. Now let's do small. You already learned this 5 days program. I know lots of teaching method, pedagogy, and all that. Not on this program. You are already trained. You know more teaching methods than me. I know very well. Okay. So we are going to do now a small brainstorming session. Right? Brainstorming session. In the brainstorming session, we follow some rules. So let's first let me state those rules. Now. Okay, the rules are, okay, these are the rules of the brainstorming. Whenever we do some brainstorming, when we want to collect a particular information, gather some information, add everybody's brain, we storm our brains and bring all the ideas onto the flow, and use them, collect them. That's what we call them brainstorming, right? So here we'll have some time limit or number of rounds. Either if we have right now we have 20 people here, so we have round 1, round 2, round 2, okay, or round 3. And the other mechanism is we keep, say, 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, whatever the ideas collected, that's it. That is the brainstorming rule. Number 1 is either you put the time limit or round limit. Then, and you, while you're collecting the ideas, simply collect. People will be giving the ideas and you collect the ideas. Okay? You collect the ideas. While you're collecting the ideas, don't counter the idea, don't judge the idea, don't discard the idea. First job is to collect all the ideas. As people are telling, you have to note down and collect the ideas. Okay, and after collecting the ideas, then you can go. And when your turn comes, when you are going in the round by round, one after another, when your turn comes, what you should be doing is you must preferably give a new idea, or you can even build on the idea that's already given. Okay, so that's how it is. It's a brainstorming session, so where we'll be going in an order, starting from one person to the last person, and then we come back to the round 2. And in the process, what you would be giving is, this is what. So we are going to brainstorm all the teaching methods. First we start with Aishwarya ma'am, and then Arun Kumar ji, then Dharan. Look at the participants list. So first Aishwarya ji will tell me one method, and then no, Aishwarya ji has 5 methods. You don't tell me all the 5 methods. Tell me only one method. Then Arun Kumar ji will tell. Like that, we'll be collecting different kinds of teaching methods through a brainstorming exercise. This is called brainstorming exercise. And then again, we'll go to the round 2 and see. Okay, Aishwarya ma'am, let's start.
Sir, we have Google Classroom where we can connect with students, so we can assign tasks for them.
Okay, ma'am. Google Classroom, fantastic. Okay, that's one teaching method. Okay, very good. Next is Arun Kumarji. It's okay. If you're not immediately getting idea, you can tell pass. Okay, if you're not getting immediate idea, when your turn comes, if you don't have something to add on, you can tell pass. Okay, now Dharani Priya ma'am. Sridevi ma'am. Dr. J. Sridevi ma'am. One teaching method. Can you tell me the name of one teaching method? Unmute, please unmute and answer. Sridevi ma'am. Now Dr. Swarnalata ma'am.
The flipped classroom.
Yes, yes. Who said that?
Swarnalata, sir.
What classroom, ma'am?
Flipped classroom.
Flip, FLIP?
Yes.
Flip classroom.
FLIP.
Yeah. Flip classroom. Oh, is that a teaching method? Okay, great. Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes. Now, Kannamal, ma'am, one teaching method or teaching technique.
Sir, online quizzes and
Fantastic. The quiz. Online quiz.
gamification, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you are telling me two different things. Okay. Now, actually, you should tell me only one. Maybe gamification, you should keep it for the next round. Okay. But I have written it because you already pronounced it. I have already written it. Okay. Next comes Chitra ma'am. Chitra ma'am. Please add on to the teaching methods here. Yes.
So case study analysis.
Superb. Okay, case study analysis. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next is Geeta Sunish ji. Thereafter Kartikeyan ma'am. Geeta Sunish ji. Dr. Geeta Sunish. What teaching method? Pass. Then Dr. J. Kartikeyani. Immediately, please. Your turn. You can see your names there and be ready with your answer. Kartikeyani ma'am.
She has given in the chat box, sir.
Sir, polling,
chat
sir,
box.
we can get opinion from the students.
Yeah. What did you say?
Sir, conducting polling, sir, we can get opinion from the students.
Oh, yeah. Superb. Polling is one teaching method. Very good. Thank you. Yes. And yeah, please, I would like to request you to kindly, because I'm unable to see the chat box, so because it's difficult for me to do all, I would like to request you kindly unmute and express. Okay. Now, Dr. Nitya, followed by Dr. Vijayalakshmi, followed by Dr. Devi Priya. Dr. Nitya, ma'am. Vijayalakshmi ma'am, Devi Priya ma'am, Hema Prasanna ma'am.
Participative learning.
Participative learning, wow. Superb. That's phenomenal. Participative learning, a teaching method. Fantastic, thank you. Yes, next, Dr. Kalai Selvi, Dr. Gauri, Dr. Kotai Andal. Yes, please.
One-liners, sir.
Yeah, what is that?
One-liners. Like
Wow.
as we use online teaching, we may
Oh
ask
my-
them to give it in the chat box. Ask what you do here, sir.
Oh my God, one-liner.
Or
Thank you.
student-to-student quiz through chat box. Yeah.
One-liners. Student to
Student-to-student quiz.
wonderful. Yeah, sure. Definitely. Student quiz. Yes, now we have, please look at this. Rajalakshmi ma'am, followed by Shanti ma'am, Samundishwari, and Selva Kumari. Yes, Rajalakshmi ma'am. Did you say already? Gauri ma'am is there. Gauri ma'am, followed by Rajalakshmi ma'am, Shanti ma'am, Samundish, in that order. Okay, please. Gauri ma'am, did you express yourself? One teaching method. Come on. Oh my God, these are not the teaching methods I have not known before. Of course, one or two I knew, but many of them are new. And I have a big list. And these are not part of that. Interesting. This very interesting. Come on, next. Who is adding? Kartikeyani ma'am already said, right? Okay. Rajalakshmi ji, Shanti ma'am. Please unmute and answer vocally. Okay. Samundishwari. Chamundeshwari, or how am I pronouncing your name correctly? Samundeshwari, ma'am?
Yes, sir, Samundishwari. Yes, sir, Samundishwari.
Samundeshwari. Okay. Samundeshwari. Please, yes.
So I'm belonging to English department, so I will be moving with activity-based learning like vocabulary enriching games like Pictionary, anagrams, and all that.
Okay. Games, including what?
Pictionary.
Pictionary.
Yes.
Wow, oh my God. Interesting. Pictionary. Okay, very good, very good.
Then
Okay.
ant words, like ant words, for example, this ant checks the finances. If it is means like it is an accountant, like that. So like
What do you
that,
say?
there are a lot of
Ant
there are a lot
words.
of
How do you, how
ant
do you
words.
ant words? How do you spell it? A-N?
A-N-T. It ends with
A-N-T.
A-N-T actually, the words. Yes,
Oh, okay, okay,
vocabulary
okay, okay.
words.
Okay, ant words. Okay, okay, great, great, fantastic. Thank you.
Like
Interesting.
that.
Interesting. Selva Kumari. Then followed by Swapna Ji. Selva Kumari Ji and Swapna Ji. Okay, now we are coming to round number 2. Round number 2. Aishwarya ma'am, would you like to add on to the list? There's so many other methods that we are brainstorming here. We want not only innovative things, everything and any method is any method through which teaching is done. We are listing down all the different kinds of methods. Yes, please. Aishwarya ma'am, second round, followed by Arun Kumar, followed by Dharun Priya, followed by Jayashree Devi. Yes, please. Aishwarya ma'am, want to add
Sir,
on?
LMS Moodle, sir.
What is that? What do you call it?
Moodle, Moodl,
Oh my God!
which we
Wow.
use it in our campus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not Moodles, Moodles. M-O-O-M-M-O-O-D-L. Is correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Moodles. Interesting, interesting. Oh my God. Moodles. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. Yes, next, Arun Kumar ji, Dharani Priya ji, Dharani Priya ji, Dharani Priya ji. Dr. Dharani Priya ma'am, Sridevi ma'am, your turn now. Swarnalata ma'am, your turn now. Add on.
Sir, role play.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm missing that, and that has come here. Role play. Fantastic. Super. Next. Next, Kannamal ma'am. Add on. Kannamal ma'am. Add on.
Sir, it is participative learning, sir. Between
Yeah.
it's,
Great,
I
great,
think
great.
they have given and
Yeah, they have already given. Yes, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's right. Okay. Yes. Now, if you have something else, you can always add on. In the meantime, Chitra ma'am.
Having for group discussions.
Wow, you're missing that. And you have added that. Thank you very much. Group discussion. Superb. And then, Karthikeyan ma'am.
So
Karthikeyan,
one page test, sir.
one page.
Test. We can ask the students to write one page.
Okay. Superb. Superb. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my. That's great. That's great. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. One page test followed by yes. Now, Nitya ma'am, Devi Priya ma'am, Hema Prasanna ma'am. Please keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding. I'm looking for one more list like this. I want to complete the complete list. Who is coming next? Now I'm keeping the floor open.
Videos, sir. Through
Videos.
informative videos.
Yeah, videos, film shows. Okay, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, next,
Poster
please.
preparations, sir.
Poster preparations.
Poster
Absolutely.
preparations.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mind mapping,
definitely.
sir.
Huh?
Mind mapping.
Mind mapping. Oh my God, that is superb. Yes, absolutely. Mind mapping. And next. Yeah. Wow.
So
Yes.
debates and mock interviews.
Debates. Walk-in interviews.
Mock interviews.
Mock interviews. Okay, okay. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Mock interviews. Yes. Yes. Add on, please.
If possible, round tables.
What round tables?
Like it may be done in an offline class more better than an online class. So round
So
tables, sir.
round tables. Okay, the round table discussions, like round table discussions
Yeah,
around
round
the
table.
table. Around the 5 to 6 members sitting around the table.
No.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, please. Next, please. Yes, very good. Very good. Yeah, few more. I want the list to be
learning.
completed. Yeah, what is that?
Peer learning.
What learning?
Peer learning. P-E-E-R. Peer learning.
Please spell, sir. How do you spell?
P-E-E-R.
Oh, peer learning. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Always peer learning. Learning from colleagues and your peers. Learning from colleagues and facilitating the learning and from the peers. Okay. Interesting.
Think,
Yes,
share,
please.
learning.
Next.
Think, share, learning.
What is the share?
Think, share,
Think, share, learning.
or teaching.
Wow. Learning.
Collaborative learning, sir.
Oh my God. Collaborative learning. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yes. Few more. I'm still missing some more here. Yeah. Some common things that you generally use in your own classrooms. You use different. You are coming up with variety of new modern day and
Chalk and talk method, sir.
online talk.
Chalk and talk.
Chart and talk.
Chalk and talk.
Chalk piece.
Chalk.
So blackboard. Chalk. Writing chalk.
Yeah, chalk and talk method. Chalk and, right? Talk method. Interesting. Chalk and talk method. Chalk and talk method. Superb. Yes. Please. Somebody else said something else. What is that? Another method. We have few more minutes before we close this brainstorming session. We are storming our brains.
Swarnalata ma'am has given a simulation in the chat box, sir.
Simulations.
Swarnalata ma'am has simulation in the chat.
Simulation. Yeah. Simulation study. Simulating. Yeah, simulations. Wow, sure. Just few more. I want the font size of this second table to be as small as the first one. So if you add few more, then the font size will be the same. We have 2 more minutes. Just 2 more minutes before I close. Come on, brainstorm your brains and give me some more methods. Okay, I'm adding one method from my side. Okay, lecture. Generally, most common method of teaching is lecturing, right? Yeah. Lecturing.
Experiential learning, sir.
Wow. Experiential learning. Going through. Okay, sure. Experiential learning. Yeah. In the universities, in Agriculture University, Coimbatore, if you go to Coimbatore TNAU for the final year BSc Agri student, there's something called AELP, Agricultural Experiential Learning Program. Entire semester, the entire thing happens to experiential learning. Very good. And 1 minute, last 1 minute. Come on, please add me 1 or 2 more.
Activity-based learning, sir.
Wow. Already it has come. No, not yet. Activities. Activity based. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Yes, that's great. Thank you very much. So this is how what we did was we collected all the ideas. Now, if you see any of these things that not actually a learning method, you could discount it. Or if you want to prioritize this, again, you can prioritize what is you can rank them in order of their usage or the commonly what are they used, whatever it is, or the suitability of different methods for different scenarios and different situations, we could do that. And what we have done today, right now, is some kind of brainstorming. This is what we call brainstorming. And at the end, now if you want to counter, no, sir, that is not correct. That is not a proper teaching method. No, that is not the method. For example, in interview is not a method, sir, you want to say, or that the discussion could happen, and such kind of things is something you want to avoid. This is how the ideas could be collected. Everyone's brain could be utilized for the capturing the thought process, capturing the ideas, for maximizing, for maximum ideas. When you want to gather the ideas, you could use, and when you want to generate some kind of thought process in the brains of your students, we could use this kind of brainstorming technique. So this is, in fact, why we are not here using brainstorming. Brainstorming is also one teaching method. Brainstorming is also one teaching method. Yeah, brainstorming is also one teaching method, which I tried practicing here, which I tried working with you and demonstrating you how brainstorming is done. How brainstorming is done. Would anybody like to say something? Would anybody like to ask a question on this?
Sir,
Okay.
sorry for disturbing, sir.
Please, no disturbance. Most welcome.
Sir,
Time for tea break or what?
Yes.
Okay. This is what brainstorming you call it. Okay. So the advantage, this is one of the teaching methods. So they discover new ideas, thoughts, and responses very quickly from a group of people. If you have 100 people, 200 people, you cannot do it. But if you have a small number of people, you could use this technique. Advanced leads to a very animated, energizing session where you could involve the people. More reserved participants feel free to contribute. Otherwise, here what happens if you are in the room? If you are in the room, I will be going. I'll be looking into the eye of each one of you. I'll be saying, yes, next. And as you're telling, I'll be collecting. Somebody will be writing on the blackboard. As you're telling the idea, I'll be coming to you. I'll be asking you, come on, yes, next. I do this, and we go for round 1, and then we go for round 2, and maybe round 3. When we are exhausted of the ideas, then we stop. Otherwise, we keep a time limit, and then we stop. So, takes time, particularly if it is a large group. And for the group of this size, it's very good. 30, 40, 20, 30 people is good. May consume a lot of material, example, flip chart, writing material, because somebody should be writing. As ideas come, you have to keep on writing. You are collecting the ideas. And when you're collecting the ideas, people should be able to see them. That means they will be able to see what is already done. So without repeating it, they can add on to it. And you should not repeat, but you can always build. If somebody has given an idea, you can further build on that idea with some add-on things. Okay. So it requires high level of facilitation skills. Thank you very much for the excellent compilation of different classroom methods. In fact, you thought about all those classroom methods than what we generally do. When we go to the class, we do a lot of lecturing. We go with the topic and we do lecturing, right? So that's why, in fact, we are called lecturers. We are called teachers, and we are called lecturers. In fact, before you become assistant professor, you become a junior lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor. Then you become professor, then HOD, professor and HOD, then associate dean, then maybe registrar and vice chancellor of university. I'm sure definitely some of you will be vice chancellor, some of you will be dean, some of you will be associate deans in the years to come. And this kind of programs will help you move closer towards those positions which you deserve. Thanks to PSG CAS, I'm so delighted. They conducted a faculty development program. Department of Food Science and Technology, they conducted a faculty development program a month or two ago. Now again, one more program. PSG CA is conducting this program. And you are the lucky lot, I must say, who could get an opportunity to come and participate in this program. Always, it's important to continuously learn and upgrade our skills. From every training program, you could get something or the other. Even whatever is covered in this training program, the last 5 days, 6 days, even if you use 10% of that learning for your day-to-day work, your success as a teacher, success as a teaching professional will multiply. So please, do participate whenever you get this, and do encourage others to participate. Great. Google Classroom, Flip Classroom, online quizzes. Quiz is one thing I regularly use in my training programs. Quiz. I do quizzes, even written quizzes and moral quizzes. Written quiz as well as moral quiz. I was asking you, why should the student come and sit in your classroom and listen to you? Why? Why? If we're going to, take something from some textbook and put it in the form of slide and read from that slide, taking something from the textbook, why should he come, sit in that class and travel all the way from the home to the college, sit in the class, and then listen to you, wait for you to come and then listen to you and then go back. If everything is available in the textbook, if he could read and understand English, why should he listen to me? He could as well read from the textbook, understand from it. So if he's coming to the class, it should be something more that he could not get and he would not get by reading and understanding the information that's already available. And information is now available at fingertips. And information, all that we are going to teach in our classes, teach in our training programs, it's already available for them. It's already available. It's really available. So why should they come into my training program? Why should they come into my class all the way and participate in this at that hour, at that specific hour? Why should he? He could as well read at any time that is convenient for him or her. They could do it. But why? Why should they come? So it should give something more. It should reinforce the learning process. Generally, what I do is I share most of the content that I want to give in my training sessions to my participants in advance and ask them to read it. You read it and come to the classroom. And the classroom, the training room would be for the reinforcement of the learning and to really feel the learning, to conceptualize the learning, to internalize the learning, to internalize it. They should be coming. They already know it. Make them know it. It's available. Till in that book, till yesterday you taught that lesson. The next lesson will be this. So they understand English. They can read it. They can understand it, and they understand it. So when they come to the class, you conduct a small quiz, or you conduct some small activity or something by which you could reinforce the learning, and people can really feel that learning. Yes, quizzes, games, and case studies, and all these things. Thank you so much. There's so many wonderful techniques you said, wonderful methods you said. And but today, I was thinking about lectures as the one thing, group discussion, brainstorming session, assignments, okay, case studies, demonstrations, task performance, skill teaching, role plays, seminars, workshops, learning games, visits, study tours, and many more, which I have not thought of, and which you have taught me today, which you have given me today, and I'm so happy that I'm going back with that additional learning about different things that I could use. And so we'll be having some hands-on. We'll try certain things hands-on depending on the time availability. Let's get going. We have already done the brainstorming. Now let's go for the group discussion. Group discussion, when the group size is small, say 20 or less, when material can be readily assimilated or the members have prior knowledge of it. So when the members have prior knowledge, they already have some understanding of it. So you want them to discuss, you want them to come up with something. That's when you could use the group discussion. So we'll have some. Now, how many participants are there right now? We have 16 participants. That's good. So let's see. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a small group discussion. Let's have a small group discussion, and group discussion is only for 10 minutes. So we are forming two teams. So team one will have a small group discussion. People will contribute to the ideas, and then you will come back with the personality of a great teacher, what kind of attitude, what skills and what knowledge they should be possessing, the personality of the great teacher. And team two will work on the great student, a great learner, the personality of a great student, how the great student should be the best student, in terms of attitude, in terms of skills and knowledge. So this is what I'm giving as a task for the group. As a group, you have to discuss, you have to come up and you have to present in 2 or 3 minutes when you come back the personality of a great teacher. Maybe one member can present from your group, or two members you can distribute the presentation out of 2 or 3 people, or even one person could represent the team one could represent team 2, or if you want more than one also could represent and share the presentation, and you will have 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes. So I want one of your team members to be a timekeeper. You have to keep the time. The moment you go into the room, you should be a timekeeper. You must be reminding your team 5 minutes over, 7 minutes over, 9 minutes over, 10 minutes. So by that time, you must be ready with your that beautiful personality, what it should be. When you come back to the main room, you must present. So I'm going to create 2 breakout rooms, 2 small group discussions. One group, 2 small group discussions. So each group might have about 8 people, 7 or 8 people. So enjoy the discussion and prepare the personality profile in terms of attitude, in terms of skills and knowledge. Try to cover all the 3 things. Try to cover how the attitude of a teacher should be, what kind of great attitude is possessed by the great teachers, successful teachers. What is that? And you have to come back and present it. And similarly, team 2, the people who go into room number 2, they will be working on the personality, what it should be, the great students, what kind of personality they possess in terms of their attitude, skills, and knowledge. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, yes, people are back in the main room. Very good. Team number 1, room number 1 is having very active discussion on the personality, on the qualities, and the traits and skills and the knowledge should be possessed by a great teacher, great faculty. So room number 1, team number 1, can I request for you team to present on the personality of a great teacher? Kindly unmute your audio, and if possible, please start your video also. People could see you, and you are presenting, and they could see you and feel you better. Please. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Gauri ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, sir. We are from group 1. Okay, we are given with the assignment of great teacher. How do you look at a great teacher? What do you want a great teacher to be? We are in the process of doing that. Till the end of our life, we'll be in the process of doing it. So in the process, what do we look? That's what we have done here, sir.
Sure.
So the first step is we have to be a facilitator. From the teacher, we have to be a facilitator. So from that point, we have written, and we have clubbed up the points, and we have divided that into the attitude, skills, and knowledge which a teacher has to possess. So ASK. And according to me, it may be wrong. If wrong, please correct me, sir. According to me, there is no great teacher or something like that. A teacher who is so honest to herself or himself is a great teacher.
Honesty. Okay, sure. Honest. Being honest.
Yes, sir.
Being true to oneself.
So, in a sense, one who satisfies herself, a teacher, one who satisfies herself, okay, that itself is a great process, actually. That itself is a great process because we don't get satisfied easily. So, we should be a continuous learner. So, we cannot be satisfied. We'll be moving on and on. So, that process itself will make us something great. And we used to learn from that. So, according to our team participants, we have clubbed up the points, sir. So, the knowledge which we think to be possessed is a teacher should be ready to learn, and she should have a passion to teach. She should have a passion to teach, and she should have a sound knowledge of the subject and diverse knowledge of the subject, continuous research. She should be a continuous learner, and she should be able to inculcate innovative teaching methods. All this we think as the basic knowledge which a teacher should have. And with this knowledge, okay, not only possessing the knowledge, okay, how do you match up that with the students will be determined by your attitude. So the attitude speaks better than the knowledge. So from the attitude point, we want a teacher to be a facilitator first, okay, and likewise a mentor, which is equally very, very important. And she should be approachable. She should have patience to hear, and pleasing tone, providing space to the student, As we are moving with the graduates, adult to adult approach should be very much is seen very much important, and flexible and adaptability, and emphasizing the students. Okay, so seeing the student in the student's point of view. So all this we think as the attitude of a teacher. So with this, the skills which the teacher has to possess is creativity, updation, interpersonal skills, good communication,
Yes.
content delivery, feedback, immediate feedback to students, and at the end, inculcating values to the students and making them socially responsible. So this is what we have discussed, sir. So through this, we are trying to make ourselves as holistic personality along with the students, sir.
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful. And thank you so much, Gauri, ma'am. Can I now request Chamundeshwari, ma'am, to help me understand how Gauri, ma'am, could, of course, Gauri ma'am was compiling and noting down when the whole group is, different members of the group, they are contributing to this learning, to the summarizing the process. So what is the process that followed there? How you people contributed? Chamundeshwari ma'am, what went in that small room? What went in that small room? In 1 or 2 minutes, could you please explain the process by which you could gather such wonderful content and could summarize a beautiful personality of a teacher in the short time?
Yes, sir, definitely. So we started with actually like we can move on the points with whatever the points coming to your mind. So each person in the group, like they have come with their points, and at last, like we have characterized into like attitude, skills, and knowledge. And whatever Gauri ma'am have said, almost like we have given all our inputs, what we are doing in the class and what we have made in the class, and the learned again from this FDP also, almost like we have given as a points, almost like whatever we have done in the class, like almost we have given in the breakout sessions as our inputs, like under attitude, skills, and knowledge. So all this communication, creativity.
You think 5 and 6 of you could collectively contribute rather than individually? Suppose I asked you, Chamundeshwari ma'am, to come up. You think you would have made the same thing, or it's because of the entire team effort in the group discussion, you could get a more comprehensive picture?
So like as a group, I think like we will be getting a lot of inputs, because each of us have a different point towards a teaching process, and I could collectively, like we had a different point from each person. How about like we have to go with the teaching? So this kind of a discussion will be very fruitful if this kind of activity be done. So I think this kind of groups could be better rather than the individual points.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for team number 1, room number 1. Incidentally, in room number 2, there were no participants. But then, so the idea is having a group discussion. You can also have the participant, the students, to form into small groups, give them a topic, and let them put their ideas, let them work. That collectively they could contribute. So because different people have different background, different experiences, different inputs, with which they could contribute, and collectively. So the group discussion is one of the things where people could come into that, participate, and you give them a time limit. At the end of it, they can summarize the learning from the group. That's what this exercise is. And the other one is case study. So case study is another thing that you also said is 12-20. So we are now going to go into another hands-on experience of case study. Okay? Case study. Are you ready? I'm going to give you a case study of, we're going to have two rooms now. Again, we're going to have 2 rooms. One is room number 1. We'll work on Singapore Airlines and Mumbai Dabbawala. And the concept here is professional excellence. These are like Mumbai Dabbawalas are known. Even BBC has recorded. Prince Charles once came to India. He wanted to see them. They are known for their excellence, professional excellence. It's a small case, a 1-pager, 2-pager. So 1-pager, 2-pager, you could read in 5 minutes. You could read in 5 minutes easily, or you can share the reading also, because there will be your teammates will be there. Singapore, you have to quickly, within 10 minutes, oh, I cannot give you 30 minutes. I want to give 30 minutes, but I cannot give 30 minutes. I am giving only 10 minutes time. Within 10 minutes time, this case you have to read as a team. As a team, you have to read, and then, in fact, this can be given individually also, independently also, but I would like to give it as a team so that it will be done in a shorter time. Okay? And the cases, Suresh Babu sir, can I request you to kindly share the case studies in the WhatsApp group? So in WhatsApp
Sure, sir.
group, you will have 2 PDF documents, one document of Singapore Airlines, one document of one case. This is a small case study of Mumbai Dabbawala. So when you come back, you have to tell us what are the factors that contributed to the professional excellence. Singapore Airlines is one of the world's top ranked, number 1 ranked airlines. They are known, they have the highest credibility and reliability. So what is the professional excellence? How could they achieve it? You have to summarize and tell us in 1 or 2 minutes time. So the time available is not 30 minutes. Time available is only 10 minutes because we don't have much time. We have to do a few more things. Okay, that's the reason I'm requesting. Now, so room number one will be working on Singapore Airlines. Room number 2 will be working on Dabbawala. Okay, so let me create the rooms in between. And Suresh Babu sir, kindly send the cases.
Forward it, sir.
Fantastic. Welcome back from that case study discussion analysis. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the discussion. My sincere apologies for not giving you enough time. I know it would require some more time, especially in this kind of online situation when you're all not present in one place, you're all there at different places, and you have to work on one case, and then you have to come up with the answers. But my apologies, since we have only another 30-40 minutes left before we close this session. I couldn't give much because we have got some more things to do on hands-on. That's why I have given less time. Now, can I invite room number 1, team number 1, which worked on Singapore Airlines, with the case study analysis? Just tell us in 1 minute about the case, and then 1 or 2 minutes for answering the questions given at the end of the case. All the best. Room number 1, team number 1. So in room number 1, team, we have Gauri ma'am, we have Samundeshwari ma'am, we have who else are there? Kartikeini ma'am. Who else is there? Sivaprasad ji. Who are there in room number 1?
Yes, sir. We 4 were there, sir. Chamundeshwari ma'am, Kannamal ma'am, myself and Kartikeini ma'am were there, sir.
Okay, fantastic, ma'am. Now, please, could you please give us what did you do in the case study? How did you do? Have you studied the case? Did you get time to study the case? What are the difficulties?
Yes, sir. We didn't spend time actually. Okay, sir. The time is not really enough, sir. We were not able to complete the case itself, actually. We didn't come to the question part itself to say it honestly. So at the end, we compiled and we told that these are the key points. We discussed as these are the key points, and then we'll try to answer the questions. This is what we have done. Chamundeshwari ma'am has done a great work. Like she read the whole case for us, and Kannamal ma'am noted the important points. Along with that, we thought we'll try to answer whatever sir asks from the case. From the student point of view, we are trying to answer, sir.
All the best. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Chamundeshwari ma'am will be better to answer, I guess, sir.
Oh, sure.
Chamundeshwari.
Good afternoon, sir. Really, we don't find time to complete the case study actually, but to my best knowledge, like what I have read, I will be moving with the points, sir.
Please.
Yes, like the secret success of Singapore Airlines fly so high is like maybe the key points they have given, like they have a very they have a very high point in clarity and commitment, and of course for all their staff members, they are giving a continuous training, and they are keeping their staff in a way like where of course how to meet the customers. And again, like almost like in the airlines, like there are certain things where they are introducing new innovations, and then like improvements, almost like they are comparing with the other airlines also, and they are benchmarking themselves like in which way they have to improve, and they are tracking themselves in which they are moving on. Again, they
Yes.
are making as a trial and error sessions also, and if it doesn't work,
Yes.
they are not moving with that lane, but
Yes.
they are moving with a consistent improvement to that way. So this is the point, like actually, like we read, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, continuous training, commitment of the employees, and benchmarking themselves. Absolutely, you identified some important points. Yes, Kannamal ma'am, anything you want to add to what someone Chamdeshwari ma'am said?
So they are connected with the customers. They are giving priority to their customer satisfaction.
Yes. They send some Singapore, once you become a passenger, once you fly, they'll connect with you. They will be in touch with you through their newsletters or through their, some mailers.
Yes, sir.
Sure, sure. Connecting with the
They
customer,
used to do
staying
it.
in touch.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So
And they
nice.
they have given. I mean, they appreciated through rewards and recognitions. So it acted as the best compliment or a motivating factor for them.
For the employees to get motivated, they award and reward the best performance. The Singapore air hostess, they have their dressing, the dress, the way they dress, the way they namaskar, all that, and they're very well trained. The Singapore Airlines girl is a brand ambassador. Once you see the picture, immediately, it's like that. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, room number team. I know the time was limited, but it's just to give you a feel that we can also. Yeah. We can also give like that case studies to students and make them work on that, even they can carry the case to home and you can give them a few days time and then come back with their presentation. Room number 2, team number 2, few minutes for you, for your analysis and presentation of the case study. Suresh Babu sir, Maithili ma'am, and Selva Kumariji and others who are there in the room number 2. Please, few minutes for you. Room number 2.
Sir,
Team number 2.
actually,
Yes, ma'am.
this
Yes, ma'am.
Mumbai
Please.
Dabbawala case, I read it entirely and we started discussing. And this is a very special case.
Ma'am, your
and,
voice is a bit feeble. Can you slightly make it little louder, come closer, do
yes,
something?
sir. Is it
Yeah,
audible now, sir?
it's much better, ma'am. Please, thank you.
Yeah. This Mumbai Dabbawala case is a very famous case. I read it entirely for all the team members because it is a very famous and interesting case and a very close one to me, actually. I enjoyed discussing this case many a times with students, and it is a unique thing for our country, sir, and which has to be we should be proud of the Dabbawalas. And there were few questions like how is it possible? So this Dabbawalas, they follow, I think they don't have very complex system to follow or any documentations to be followed. The process is very simple, flexible and rigor. And they use only simple codes, sir, actually. So they have some numbers, some alphabets, and people who are working there are regular Dabbawalas engaged in delivering regularly. They have the customers aligned with them and the customer supporters there. And by the very sight of the box, the Dabbawalas will be able to identify who is the customer and where it is to be delivered. That is what I had read all these times. And there will be like a code, like first is a large bold number in the center which indicates the neighborhood where the dabba must be delivered. The second is a group of characters on the edge of a lid. So likewise they adopt some methodology, simple coding and coloring, sir. So that is one thing for their success. And also they have some rigorous practices also, like if the customers are not regular in giving the boxes on time, they will be given some warning, and if they are not adhering to it, they will be dropped. So that is how they stick on to the time, actually. So these are the things which I came across as the success of Mumbai Dabbawala, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. There's so much commitment. There's so much they have commitment. The box, the food cooked by the home will be delivered to the right person, that too in the lunch break. before 1 o'clock. It should be delivered, ma'am. It should be delivered. It will be delivered. And they're so honest. They're so honest. You know, in Mumbai, sometimes to carry the salary in their pockets, they'll be very worried. In the local train, somebody may pickpocket them. So what they do is, in fact, the salary, they will put it back in the box. So the same box will be carried back to the home, you know, in the evening, and it safely goes there. There's a kind of honesty, and it's so much excellence, ma'am. It's excellence. Even when Prince Charles came and you wanted to meet them, they said, sorry, sir, please wait. No, we are on the job. You know, we are on the job. Let me complete the job. You may be the Prince Charles, but I have to first deliver my box there to my customer. That's the kind of commitment and, you know, dedication for their work, and they're known for it. Thank you so much. You know, I know that it's a small case study, just to give case study as a teaching method that we adopted. Thank you so much for bearing with me, but working with so much of enthusiasm and making your presentations. Thank you so much. Let's get going. I want to give you hands-on experience of few more things. Another method is called buzz method. Buzz method of teaching. Buzzing. This morning what I did, I divided you into pairs. Go into the room and work, exchange information. And also you can do one thing in the room itself. You can divide the entire class into 2 to 3 participants, teams of 2 to 3 participants, and give them some topic for discussion, and they'll be working on that. So when this entire the conversation is going on among the small teams of 2 to 3 participants each in that class, there will be some kind of buzzing, So this is called, that's why this method is called buzz. Small groups produce buzz sound while discussing. This is called buzzing method. So this could also be used. Okay, now I'm going to go to another method. You are calling gamification something, and you are also, we can also conduct some games, and we can also give them a task to perform and see. So now I'm going to take you through a game, and I'm going to give you a task, and you have to collect these two. The task is, in the time available for this game is only 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and points, 25 points for every item that you will collect out of 20 items. 5 points you get for every item you collect, and 100 points plus you will get if you can complete it before 5 minutes, but 100 points minus for delay of every minute beyond 5 minutes, and maximum time available is 10 minutes. But now in this game, I am giving maximum time also available only 5 minutes. 5 minutes, okay? And the minus 10 points over mismatch. The one who gets maximum points will be the winner. The team who gets maximum points will be the winner. And now, what you have to do? You have to collect the items, place them there, provide the list and all that. Now we don't have time. I'm giving you some guidelines. That means before you make the participants and the students to play the game, you have to give them the rules of the game. The rules you have to clarify. So one member from the team will be there and all that. No stealing from other teams. Now, you are there in your home and you have a team with you. What is your team? Your family members. Could be your team. You could take their help. You could take their help in doing this exercise, and let us see who will win this game. Okay, I'm going to give the list of now 20 items, and you have to collect these 20 items within 5 minutes or less. And if you collected before 5 minutes or less, you have to come to the chart box and say done. Or you have to put the number of items you collected in the chart box. I know you're very honest and sincere. What are the items? Used matchstick, used ballpoint pen refill, newspaper older than 2 weeks, used cardboard box, vegetable peels, for carrot, cucumber peels, whatever it is, pencil, stones of 4 different colors, small stones of any, even mild difference in color is also okay. Okay, dried leaf of a plant, dry leaf. Okay, any flower yellow in color, notepad, comb, a small piece of rope, a blade of grass, 1 foot length grass piece leaf, A4 size blank white sheet, a ruled notebook blank page, shoelace, 1 rupee coin, used candle, 10 rupee note, and toothpick. These are the 20 items to be collected, and these are the 20 items to be collected. Your time starts now. It's 12:48 in my clock. It's now so the 5 minutes. Let me see. You and your family members. You and your family members of the team. You bring those items and put them on the table near you, and you have to take a photograph of it, and you have to post it in the group, or you have to tell me you have to post it. You have to, you collect it. I know. Go ahead. Your time starts now. We have yes. Yes, 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 yes. Wow, good. Eva Prasanna, ma'am, so nice. You're so honest, so honest. You, you're so honest. Looks like okay, good, good. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And we have few seconds left. Few seconds left. Thank you, Selva Kumari, ma'am. Thank you, Gauri, ma'am. Thank you for participating in this activity. So nice of you. So nice of you. The time up. Now the time is up. Now the time is up. Time is up. Okay. The time up. So whatever. So it's just a game. You know what happens, we have to let's review, but before reviewing I want to congratulate Chamundeshwari ma'am. 15 items collected and she is the first person to report it, and she did it even 1 minute before 5 minutes, so you get some 100 points extra for that. Okay, and of course we have Suresh Babu sir also, no, Kartikeini ma'am also collected 15 items. Okay, and then comes the Suresh Babu sir, 13 items and 11, 9, 9. Very good, but I appreciate it. Okay, now thing is here. Now thing is, okay, we conducted this kind of, actually generally we have a team actually. We form a team of 10 people, team of 5 people, 10 people, and we make them go. And then people run here and there, and everybody will be running. And some people will be collecting. Some people, 3 people will bring pencil, 4 people will bring the dried leaf, and 3 people will bring the yellow leaf, because they didn't take 1 minute's time to delegate. So the first 3 items you will bring, next 4, they don't divide the responsibility. They are on the job. The moment they go, they will be running to bring the items everywhere. So that's what we do. At the end of it, we review whether there was, first of all, when you are doing this kind of, we have to do after the game, in order to arrive, in order to derive the message from the learning from the activity, we have to do it. Okay, we have to do it. So whether there was a designated leader, because leader is important, somebody has to be there. Everybody is on the job, everybody is running for this. Whether there was a strategy, somebody can run fast to the neighbor's house and bring something which you don't have, so you will send your kid there. Somebody has to be there, some timekeeper has to be there, somebody has to give. Otherwise, generally what happens, most people get disqualified in this game because they are on the task and they lose track of the time, and in the process they get disqualified. Because, and the delegation is also important, and while doing this there has to be communication. Already this is collected, you go and bring that, you go and bring this, come on, do it. Somebody has to prepare the list and all that stuff, so, and it has to be tracked and monitored by somebody. So overall team effort, it has to be there. So this is the kind of review you have to do after playing the game, after performing the task. The ultimate learning comes when you review it. Okay, so that's the reviewing is very important. Now I would love to see Chamundeshwari ma'am, if you could kindly, Chamundeshwari ma'am or Suresh Babu ma'am or any one of you, if you could kindly open your video and show us the items you collected. We want to see, at least I want to see somebody who has done this activity, and start your video and focus your video on the items you collected. We want to see them. Anyone, please? Anyone, please?
Again, I replaced, sir. Replaced.
Replaced already. Okay. No, anybody otherwise? No, Suresh Babu sir or Kartikeini ma'am, whoever collected. Can somebody, open your video? Okay, thank you, Suresh Babu sir. Okay. No, you can focus on the items there. You can put your camera downwards. You can show your camera downwards on the items where you place the items. Okay.
Can you see it, sir?
Oh, there, oh my God, look at that. Chamundeshwari ma'am, look at, oh, not bad there. Cotton box there, grass there, leaf there, flowers there. Okay. Superb.
Have you seen, sir?
Yes, Chamundeshwari, thank you so much. I'm really feeling
Thank you,
delighted.
sir.
Yeah, you did it so well. Oh, great. Thank you very much. Let's get going. Now, yeah, we have very little time, 15 minutes left, and we have so much to be covered still. Let's, thank you so much for your active participation in that exercise, in that activity. Okay, now, That's one more thing. Game, you can, there's so much. This kind of things will have some fun as a team when you're working. As a team when you're working, you'll have a lot of fun and all that. So these are learning games, fun activities involving all the participants. But the rules and regulations have to be there, and they have to be told. You have to tell them, and there may be sometimes you can announce the prizes for this, so people will be, and trust game may or may not include competitive. So if you include some prizes, the winner, the runner-up, and all that, then the competitive. Sometimes it may not be competitive. If you don't want to have any kind of, some people feeling disappointed, oh, I lost, and if you don't want people to be disappointed, anybody, then you need not make it a competitive. You can make it a funny activity, leadership games, team building games, and explain group process, what is the process, and explain the game involving the learners. After the game, consolidate, debrief, and derive learning. This is important. Most of the times, this element will be missing. So at the end of the game, what you have to do is you have to debrief what really happened there and how all that. And again, another thing is role plays. You have also told me role plays. In fact, I actually planned for a role play today. So I'm looking for two volunteers. Who will be volunteering? Come on. I'm looking for two volunteers quickly to do a quick role play. Yeah, please. Come on. Raise your hands. Say. Two volunteers, please, for a small, short, 5-minute role play.
Myself, sir, Hema.
Thank you so much. That's phenomenal, Dr. Prasanna, ma'am. Thank you very much. You are the first volunteer. Yeah, who is the second volunteer? Please, hands on. We want to have small, interesting role play. This will be the most interesting activity. Who will be coming next? Next volunteer. Yeah. Let us not lose time. Every second is important, please. Can I invite? Let me invite. Yeah, okay. But I want the volunteers to come. Volunteering is always better than, Okay. So I'm giving the opportunity to Karthikeni ma'am. Ma'am, are you there? Karthikeni
Yes,
ma'am,
sir.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Karthikeni ma'am. I'm giving you are the volunteer number 2. So we have 2 volunteers. So who are these volunteers and what is the role play? You have to get into a role play. With Hema ma'am's permission, Hema ma'am's permission, I would like to give the opportunity to choose which role Karthikeni ma'am wants to perform. Can I, Hema ma'am, can I give the opportunity to select first to Karthikeni ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You are so kind. So here, the role is that of, one is that of a teacher, the other one is that of a student. Okay? One is that of a teacher, the other one is that of a student. Karthikeni ma'am, tell me whom you would like to become in this role play. Would you like to act as a teacher or would you like to act like a student?
So act like a student, sir.
Okay, very good. You are a student, and Hema ma'am, you are the teacher. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You are the teacher. In your class, there is a student by name Karthikeni. Okay, let us take student Karthikeni, not assistant professor Karthikeni, student Karthikeni. Okay, but student Karthikeni is basically a good student, but of late does not have focus on the studies, not attending the classes regularly, but a good student, bright student, because of lack of focus, lack of proper attitude towards the studies, and she is missing out on the marks, and sometimes in the classroom, because of her, even the class is getting disturbed. Her performance is poor, which actually could be very good. She has the potential, she has the capability, but her performance is presently poor. And because of which, what's happening? Because of her nature in the class, in the entire class's performance is going down, which is reflecting badly on you as a teacher of the class on that subject. Okay, ma'am? So you wanted to help Karthikeni to improve her performance, to understand and to discover herself and to be able to understand what's going wrong and to bring about that kind of behavioral change in Karthikeni, so that Karthikeni will perform better, and she will become a champion, and that way your entire class will perform better. That's what, ma'am. So with that intention, you requested Karthikeni to come to your room for a discussion, and she has come to your chamber, and now she is sitting in your chamber, and now you have to talk to her. You have to, as a mentor, as a guide, friend, philosopher, coach, the well-wisher of Karthikeni, you will be coaching. But Karthikeni ma'am, you are a student here. You are a student here. You think you are a good. You think you are a good student. You are a very good student. Your behavior is very good. You have no problems. Absolutely, you are giving best. You have not realized that whatever is you are in the assumption that you are a good student. You are doing good. You are doing everything right. You are not doing anything wrong. This is the situation. Now we are entering. Ma'am has invited you. Has asked you to come to the room for a 5-minute chat with you. So you went there. Now you are entering the room of your ma'am. Your ma'am. Hema ma'am's room, you are going as a student. So when you are entering the room, you say, good afternoon, ma'am. May I come in? So from that, you and now both of you will be unmuting, and you will be, if possible, you can start your videos also, so we could see each other, you could see each other. If there's any difficulty to switch your videos on, no problem, videos could be off, but you will be conversing, you will be chatting with each other. Okay, all the best. Go ahead. Just 1 second, please. Yeah, I'm stopping the sharing here. So now, Hema ma'am, you are the teacher, good teacher. You're a great teacher. You have, with all the good intentions, you have invited the student Karthikeni to come to your room. Now, Karthikeni ma'am, you are not a teacher. You're not assistant professor. You are a student. You are a degree second year student. Okay, all the best. Start.
Excuse me, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. May I come in?
Yes, ma'am. Please enter. Good morning, Karthikeni. Be seated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Karthikeni, how are you?
Ma'am, fine, ma'am.
Okay. And Karthikeni, I'm proud of you, and I'm happy about you. Always, you always perform well in your exams. You always you will be attentive in the class, and you will be interacting with me often. You're always good, so I was very happy. But nowadays, I find something missing in you, and your performance is slightly reducing. So, may I know that do you need any help from my point for improving yourself? Or actually, what's the problem in you which stops from your performance?
Ma'am, actually, we are in online mode, ma'am. Due to network problem, I couldn't listen the classes properly. So I need any other source of getting materials from you or notes from you, ma'am.
Oh,
If I get it
that's your
definitely I'll
problem.
do better, ma'am.
Oh, definitely. Definitely, I will help you, Karthi. Don't worry. I will send you materials through Google Classroom. And if not, even I may courier you the materials. Or if it is possible for you, you can come to the college and get the materials from me. Get it xeroxed, and you can prepare for your exams. And if this is the problem, then I need not talk anymore, because it will be easily solved. If you are approachable, you can come and get me the materials. If you are not able to come to the college, then intimate me. Definitely, I will send you through courier. Don't worry. And I expect more results from you. You are more able person. So only I called you in person and asked you. I trust that you will perform well in forthcoming exams.
Sure, ma'am. I'll do better, ma'am.
Okay, Kathy, you can leave, and I expect good results from you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sir, actually, Amy is my best friend.
We both of us are classmates, sir.
Oh my
M.Com
God, that's
classmates, sir.
oh, interesting. Wow, wonderful. Incidentally, I was not knowing, but then incidentally, you became the role play members here, and that's very interesting. Interesting. And this is the time what actually happens, when your role play is done, other members in the class, other members in the learning room, they have to observe what is going right, what is going wrong, where the role play, for example, as a teacher, whether the teacher has approached the student in the right way, or see, for example, I found initially the introduction was good, please be seated, made the student comfortable, and then very interestingly, one thing that the teacher did right was initially appreciated the teacher, he appreciated the student, the teacher appreciated the student. Okay, so the student, but the student, when student enters, the student will be entering the defensive posture. Why the teacher has called me? What went wrong? Nothing wrong. She'll be prepared. She'll be prepared to defend all the things. She has all the reasons to justify her whatever the performance is. But then, so initially appreciated, made her feel good. But then, very soon, Hema, ma'am, a bit too soon it felt. I felt straight away went into instead of but your performance of late, maybe I felt it is a bit too soon, maybe because the time is very limited. Ma'am went first. But one good thing again I noticed in the teacher here is teacher did not tell all the negatives of the student directly, though the teacher knows. The teacher asked the student, ask the questions. What do you think? Why you think it is like this? The teacher was giving opportunity for the student to answer to discover herself. Okay, that's one thing I found it right. And then the student, of course, is ready with all the excuses, online classes and all that. Students we call them bahana. The excuses are always there for the students. So that's what my observation is. But anyway, I'm sure what when this happens, actually what happens, we have to make others in the class to come up with their observations and with their feedback at the end of the role play. And we also should take the feedback from how the role players, how the teacher felt, how the student felt, whatever role you give. That's what we do. Unfortunately, because we still have very less time, we have only 5 minutes left, and I have something more to give you about the teaching methods and becoming the best teacher. Thank you very much. With your kind permission, can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. I have only 5 minutes, but I want to give you something very, just you may have to extend slightly, maybe 5 minutes more, if we cannot complete in 5 minutes. So please permit me if we're slightly overshooting the time by about 5 minutes, okay? Because yeah, sure. So that's what we said. We have here. One is playing the role of a teacher and student, time available and all. You give the time and how select a suitable role play, identify the role and actors, prepare a brief, give the brief to the teacher about. Give the brief to the role players, like the student, we give that brief, but the teacher will give the brief so that set the stage, and then they do it, and then post role play discussion is important, and other learners observe. All of us should be observing what's going there. If you are in that position, what would you be doing? Whether there's something, because as observers we can observe much better than actual players who are enacting the play. So that's what the learning comes through here. Observation. You learn how the teacher is handling the student or whatever it is. The role play, we can do a lot of things. And the next method is the storytelling method. You haven't told me. The storytelling is also a very powerful method of teaching. Generally, I use this method quite a bit in my training programs. I tell lots of stories. And I told you this morning on 15th century, that hillock breaking story and all that. Now, I want to tell one more small story with your kind permission. Okay, once there was a wedding celebration happening there. And to attend that wedding, the bridegroom's friends have come, his classmates have come, his schoolmates have come, his childhood friends have come, for the wedding. And in that fashion, one gentleman went for the wedding of his childhood friend, his class, his high school, his schoolmate, his childhood friend. He went to his wedding, and surprisingly, when he there, he noticed his childhood teacher, the third grade teacher. He was in his third grade. The teacher was there, the ma'am was there, and he was so, my God, It's so many years ago. Now he's almost 25, 30-year-old. He's already working in a job, and he went for a childhood friend's wedding, and he found man there coming for the wedding. So he walked up to the ma'am. He said, he saluted her, he greeted her, and he told her, ma'am, do you remember me, ma'am? I'm so and so, ma'am. I remember you. I remember you most often, ma'am. And you made, and it's because of you who I am today. And I could never forget you in my life. You created, you made so much impact in my life. I could never forget you in my life. The teacher couldn't remember him. She said, no, I couldn't remember you. I don't remember who you are. Ma'am, I was a student in the third grade when you were our teacher. So in third grade, if I was teacher, how could I make so much impact on you? He said, ma'am, I don't know whether you remember. You know, one day what happened? One day I stole the watch of my fellow student, and I kept it in my pocket. And suddenly that student realized that he lost his watch, and he raised his voice and he complained that he lost the watch. And then you made all of us to stand against the wall. And you started searching the pockets of every one of us. As you were walking towards me, I was shivering with fear that I would be caught. And you went past me. And then going back to your seat, you took the watch out and you called that student, you gave that student, but you did not tell the class that you took that watch from my pocket. You saved my face. You saved me from the guilt of feeling ashamed in front of all the students. You saved me. And that day, that thing saved me and my life. And I learned such a big lesson from you, ma'am. You were so kind and you protected me. You saved me. I don't know why you did not tell the class my name, that you found the watch in my room. I don't know why you didn't take me to task for doing that mistake. You forgave me. And then she said, the purpose of it is not to find the culprit, find the thief. The purpose is to retrieve the watch and give it to him. And the watch was given to him. And and that incident, she could have caught him red-handed. She could have caught him red-handed, but she preferred to be kinder to him. And that kindness made a significant impact on that person's life. As a teacher, that's one kindness towards the student, something that we could take from this story, which I always, found what a great teacher. Those are the teachers. In fact, I had some great teachers in my childhood too, I had so many experiences where the kindness was showered on me. Kindness. I was born in a very poor family. My father had only 87 cents. We had a small hut that was also washed up in one cyclone. We didn't have a home. We didn't have proper food to eat. I didn't go to my school till 10th standard with chappals. I didn't have enough money. That was the kind of condition. But then, so many teachers, the kind teachers helped me. And the kindness. This one, a small story, this kind of stories to help understand what a great teacher's quality is. So, this is what, and we have, it's already 11:16. My God, okay. But I want to hear somebody telling some story. Is there anybody who wants to share one small story, 1 minute story? Any story. I want to listen from one of you. One good story. Anything, 1 minute, quick story. Okay, thank you. thank you very much. But you could use storytelling is very powerful, and it is also an art. It's an art and a skill which you could develop. Use them in the beginning of your class, middle of the class, at the end of the class, whatever, you could use it. Okay, and again, field visits and joint calls. Sometimes you can make joint calls, go with the fields before the visit, during the visit, after the visit, what you have to do. And again, assignments could be given and demonstrations could be given. Demonstrate certain things could be demonstrated, how it should be done, and all that. So, there will be several factors affecting what kind of teaching method you won't use. So it depends on the learner's capability, learner's style, level of requirement, learning objective, subject area, trainer capability, time available. Based on these things, you should be taking. Selecting the correct teaching method is also important. Okay, there may be somebody who is an expert, but he need not be a good teacher. An expert need not be a good teacher. Teaching is a different art. So you have to have the expertise. You have to have the command of the subject. But at the same time, teaching skills and teaching methods have to be acquired, learned, and employed. Or okay. And actually here, lecture method, lecturing. That thing has gone now. We have to be very careful. People are not there willing to sit and listen to us. So we should not be lecturing. It has so many limitations. So I'll be giving, for different styles, for all these things, I'll be sharing these notes with you, which you could read and understand, And finally, so the different methods, what they could do, what are the limitations. There's a simple text I'll be sharing with you to listen. But now finally, before going, in another few minutes, I want to give something to you, the role of teachers. No, this one, yes, make your teaching effective. Begin with what the student knows. Always when you want to, the students already have some knowledge. You already have some knowledge today. You already had 5 days of this professional excellence training here. So today what I did in the beginning, I started with what you already know, what you already started. And always the great teachers, they move from simple to complex and make complex things very simple. You have to make, that's what the teaching will become effective. Accommodate the students' preferred students' learning style also prefer. Make your material meaningful. Allow immediate application of knowledge. That's important application. Today onwards, you must start applying this knowledge and reward the desired learning with praise. Appreciate it. Must have noticed me. I've been appreciating you for every small thing, little thing that you do. I've been appreciating you because I want to appreciate you so that you could participate more. And I'm going to give you top 10 requirements of great teaching. Be passionate in what you do. Be passionate. Passion is something. Being passionate. Becoming a teacher is a God's blessing. You must have done punya, not in one janma, maybe previous 10 janmas. That's why you were born and you have become as a teacher. How blessed you are. It's the most divine profession that you are into. You'd say it's a God's blessing. Keep yourself updated. That's what, the knowledge, you can update your knowledge. You have to keep on updating. Otherwise, you will be outdated. Okay. So, and this is good teaching is about listening. Good teaching about questioning with asking right questions. You can change the lives of your students by asking simple questions. Why not? You ask the questions, you can change. And being responsive and remembering that each trainee and student is just different. Each student is different. Each student is unique. Each session is unique. And you prepare well and you go there. Okay, do not always have a fixed agenda. Be flexible. You might go to the class, wanted to tell something, but there, the situation is different. You have to be, caught in circumstances. Make teaching entertaining. Have a style of teaching. I have my own style of teaching. You should have your own style of teaching. Enjoy that. Enjoy having a style. You have your style. You are a unique teacher. Good teaching is about humor. This is one area where I have to improve a lot. And good teachers and students love having some humor. Okay, so break the ice with occasional humor. This is something where I want to develop. And sometimes if you could get some good jokes or something, please do share with me. I want to learn and improve that. Good teaching about caring. Good teaching is about caring, nurturing, and developing others' minds and tolerance. It's about caring. What did the teacher do that day? She cared for the dignity. She cared for the decency and decorum of that student. She did not expose him. She cared for him. And that caring means a lot. And that man would ever be grateful for his entire life for the teacher. Good teaching is supported by strong and visionary leadership. You are a leader. You did not become a HOD to be a leader. In whatever the position you are, you can express the leadership. That's how you contribute to the vision and mission of the great institution, PSG Group. And good teaching is about mentoring. Okay, lastly, good teaching is all about truly enjoying what you do. Enjoying what you do, enjoying going to the class, when you're wearing that good dress, going there, if there's an online class, offline class, going there and enjoying. The teachers enjoy teaching. You love it. And I enjoy training. I enjoy coming and walking here like this. Good teachers don't imagine doing anything else. For them, Teaching is ultimate. Teaching is a God's blessing. For good teachers, teaching is a God's blessing. They feel so blessed that they are teachers in this life. And for them, this is like the Punya Karya. This is like their Daiva Karya. Daiva Karyam, Punya Karyam, Mahan Karya, the most supreme act. And this is like, teaching is like worshipping God every day. Worshipping God and working for the cause of the God, mission of the God, and creating the society. Can I request all of you to unmute yourself? I want each and every one of you unmute yourself and say, I'm a great teacher.
A great teacher.
I'm a great teacher.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'm a performer.
I'm a performer.
I'm a performer.
I'm a transformer.
I'm a transformer.
I'm a transformer.
Yes, you are a transformer. You have transformed so many students in their lives, and you are actually I'm a life changer.
I'm a life changer.
Life
I'm
changer.
a life changer.
Thank you very much. Has today's session helped you improving your understanding of teaching methods
Yes, sir.
and in enhancing
Yes,
ability in teaching management and some special tips of great teaching?
Very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Will you apply the learning made in this session for your success
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes, sir, definitely,
and
sir.
for your college success?
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Definitely.
So did you enjoy the session?
Yes, sir.
100%, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you. What do you say? Is it very good or excellent?
Excellent, sir.
Excellent, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless
Excellent
you.
for your energy first, sir.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
Excellent
God
for
bless
your energy first and then for the session, sir.
Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you very much. I'm feeling so blessed, so delighted, so honored working with you. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thanks to PSGCS. Thanks to Maithili ma'am. Thanks to Brunda ma'am. Thanks to Dr. Suresh Babu sir. And thanks to all of you for your excellent participation. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the informative session. Informative as well as the 3 hours we didn't even feel that how it gone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, certainly, ma'am. As the world opens up and the pandemic times come down, and I would love to be there. I know it will be such an honor to be on the campus of PSG. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Over
So
to
I think
Suresh, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Just actually, just 2 o'clock will commence the next session, ma'am.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, that for your enthusiastic information given to us, and then as well as that it's a very informative session for us. It was very nice, and then thank you very much for accepting our invitation and giving us a lot of information. There's only one request. I'm going to put that share your PPT to us, sir.
Sure, sir, definitely. And thanks to all of the members like Chamundeshwari ma'am and Kannamal ma'am, Gauri ma'am, and all the participants who expressed their appreciation for the session. And thanks to you and Maithili ma'am for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, sir. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.